Hey guys, this is Woodshop Junkies, and today I'm going to take a swing at building a better, stronger DIY version of a collapsible portable table. So a couple of days ago I had a very random thought about redesigning the more conventional way of making a portable table that could potentially increase the strength dramatically. Over the days that followed I did a few rough sketches, and today I want to build my first prototype. Now, my issue with most modern collapsible tables is the fact that the mechanism responsible for making it portable or collapsible is often also responsible for carrying a fair amount of the load when used as a table. So I am confident with my adaptation I will be able to make a easy, super strong DIY alternative by removing the bulk of the load from these mechanisms. So to save some time, I already sized up 3 of these 3/4 inch or 18mm plywood boards, and I will use them to make the 3 main components of my design: the backing, the top and the legs. And I'm going to start with the backing because the only real preparation I need to do is weight reduction by making a series of cutouts. For this design to be a success, it can't just be strong, it needs to be light in comparison. So I want to try and get the weight down by removing segments of the components that don't add value to the design. The technique I'm using to make the cutouts you may have seen on my channel before. I remove the bulk of the cutout with a jigsaw by cutting slightly off the mark, then using a guide and my router with a flush trim bit to straighten out the cut. I like this technique because it produces a nice clean edge. So with these segments removed, I have dramatically reduced the weight of this component. Now, as I mentioned, this is going to be the backing of the table or the side panel. The top is going to be over here, and obviously underneath it over here is going to be the legs. Now, most portable tables, or at least the ones I know about, don't really make use of a backing board or any form of side paneling. But this is actually a critical component to my redesign, because most portable tables require the legs to in some way fold up underneath the top. I want my legs to fold out from the side. And by bringing in the leg from the side, I'm removing the necessity for the actual load-bearing component of the leg to have the ability to hinge or fold in any way. And in this way, I will hopefully dramatically increase its ability to carry load, unlike a conventional portable table or collapsible table where the hinge is the weakest link. Now at this point you guys are probably having a hard time envisioning what my idea is with this project, so next up I'm going to make the legs, fix them to the backing on their hinges, and you guys will hopefully have a much clearer idea of my vision for this project. The design requires 2 legs that will both be cut from the second board of the original 3. So I mark the cut lines before using the same technique to make the cutouts. That is cutting with the jigsaw and trimming with the router. So, as I mentioned, I'm going to be attaching the legs to the backing on an hinge so that they can fold out into their working position like this. To do this, I need to add hinges over here and over here. But before I do, I want to double up some of the components or some of the segments just to add a bit more strength. I'm tightening up 4 vertical braces to stiffen up all the vertical sections of the legs and so increase their ability to carry load without bending. Two of them I'm adding as a second layer of 18mm or 3/4 inch ply to the front section of the legs, and to save time I'm securing it with screws instead of clamping it down to allow the glue to cure. The other 2 vertical braces I'm attaching to the backing on hinges. These will act as the vertical supports at the back end of the legs. Once secured, the legs are attached to the back braces, allowing the leg assemblies to fold. I designed the legs to have the one set fit inside the other for 3 reasons. Firstly, it saves material because I'm able to cut both sets of legs from a single small sheet. Secondly, it will allow the legs to cross when they are folded into their working position. And thirdly, it allows for a more compact design when they are in their stored position. So this is the backing with the legs folded out into their working position, and once the top is installed it will be supported by the vertical segments of the legs at 4 points over here, while the hinges themselves will be carrying a minimal load. But before I get into installing the top, I want to install a mechanism that will allow the movement of each individual leg to be mimicked onto the other, so that the 2 legs will always move together. To do this, I'm going to install a rod behind both sets of legs, but I'm only going to be attaching it to one, so that when that set moves, it will push the other one along. To secure the rod to the legs, I drilled a hole to match the rod in 2 small wooden blocks. I then inserted the rod into the holes in the block and used 2 screws to secure the block to the legs. Now adding a roller to the rod would make for a much smoother operation, so I will definitely be working on that in my revised design. Then, to assist with opening the legs and keeping them open, I installed small gas springs. Right, so that's the backing in the legs almost complete now. The design would probably work better with a longer gas strut or gas spring, but this is what I had, and like I said, it's a prototype. I'm testing the waters and I'll probably make a few changes as I go along. Next, I'm going to add some trim pieces to the backing and then finally install the top. The trim pieces are to round off the design, while they also increase the strength. It's also to create a box-like enclosure when the table is packed that will hopefully make for a more streamlined look. And that's it for the backing in the legs. Next, I'm going to add the top to the hinges I installed over here and add some trim pieces to the top as well, at which point I'll be pretty much ready to test my concept. The top side trim pieces needed curved corners at the back end to allow the top to fold without the top and backing trim colliding. I added toggle latches to secure the table in its closed position to make it easier to transport, but this will likely be another area to be improved upon with future versions. And I ended off the project by adding a belt to easily carry the table around. I added a buckle at the one end to allow me to set the belt length for more comfortable carrying positions. And that's it for my portable table, and considering it's a version 1 prototype, I'm quite pleased with the strength and stability. And that is pretty much it for version 1 of my portable collapsible table, and I think I'm on the right track with the design. Considering the strength of my current version, I think it will also make a pretty decent portable workbench. Now I feel like I've achieved what I wanted to with version 1. It is compact, strong and stable, but there's obviously always room for improvement. So for version 2 I'm going to focus on weight reduction and versatility. By versatility, I mean I want to look at a design that would allow me to lock together multiple tables to increase the work surface and also play around with the shape of the work surface to suit the user requirement. In theory, if you have enough of them, you can lock them together to build a portable stage or a large portable display. But for now, I'm still just throwing a few ideas around. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. Do you think I'm onto something, and how would you go about improving the design? Or do you think it's overkill, unnecessary, and I'm wasting my time? And with that comes the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember, if you aren't subscribed yet and you want to see more videos like this, you should do that now. And if you want to support my channel, you can check out the links in the description of this video. As always, thank you so much for watching. Till next time. Cheers.